It's not live anymore. Where did it go? I don't see it.
Tell me when. Hi, people. Good evening and welcome to season 2 of The Tea. I'm Chris. This is Kenise.
Hey, everybody.
Tonight we are talking submission, the independent Black girl, and kind of what we've been seeing. It's been interesting. So we're going to kind of like really jump in because we got a lot. Like it's a lot I want to cover today. So, Kenise, what's submission to you?
Submission to me, it basically boils down to, I'll say 3 things. Trust.
Okay.
Understanding.
Okay.
And what was my 3? Trust, understanding. I had 3 things that it was, but it was trust, understanding, and I can't think of it.
I got 3 too.
But it's you have to be able to trust your mate in order for you to trust, understanding, and guidance. That's what it is. Trust,
Okay.
understanding, and guidance, in my opinion.
Okay.
And it's a cycle. It's a cycle. In order for me to do this, I need to see this from you. And once I see this from you, then I can do this. So it's something that goes around, in my opinion.
Fairly, I hear you saying you do submission with act like you almost need to see. So it's not a blind submission.
It starts off that way.
It does start off blindly.
It starts off
Okay.
that way. And then as long as you prove to me that you have my best interests at heart, then I give you full and complete
Okay.
lead.
So by direct definition, it says to yield power and authority.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but you know, it's funny because when you say you see on social media, or you say to friends like, well, you just need to submit. It's kind of like, oh my God, girl, I'm not submitting. Like what? Like he don't control me. He not the boss of me.
Right. And I was very careful not to say control, because even that power word, power word scares
that's
people.
to yield power, to yield power, to give up something. I look at submission in relation to like reverence, respect, and honor. Those are kind of the words that come to mind when I think of submission. I revere you. Like there is something like I see you in a position of authority that I respect. And I not only honor it, but I honor it, and I honor it in my submission.
Okay.
Like I will show you those things by being in that thing.
Okay.
But I also have wrote down some notes around how submission in some aspects also is about putting needs and wants of yourself aside for somebody else.
Ooh. Okay.
Can we also look at that as submission?
And in my definition of submission, I don't have to put my needs and thoughts and desires aside because you're going to tend to them.
Well, fair. So an idea would be, though, that you're trusting him, using your word trust, to think about. So still, you might not even get to say your needs and desires because there's some expectation. If you're allowing him or her to lead, then they are considering that, even if it means not giving it to you.
Well, you always have to have my best interests at heart.
And that might mean not giving you your wants and needs.
Are we having a conversation?
No, he decided. She decided. For you, it would be he decided.
And just disregarded my feelings?
He didn't disregard. They were thought about.
Then we need to have a conversation.
Okay.
Because it can't just be, I have this thing that I want, and you just said by yourself. You had a conversation by yourself.
There are moments when we make decisions without our mate. They're busy. They're in a meeting. You got to make a decision.
Yeah, but if I know this is something important to you, I'm not going to make it without you. Or at least I shouldn't.
Here we go. So this is where I think about that idea of submission. I want, because I'm the submissive.
Okay.
And I want to be fair because I think a lot of people thought I was going to come on here and do this whole BDSM thing because it's, Like, oh, submission, dominant, like, oh, here we go, kinky. No, I really wanted us to look at this in relation to just relationship and how do we give that respect out. Because, and we'll get into why I wanted to talk about this, but
okay.
There are moments when I think, you're right, I'm probably never going to make a lot of those decisions. They can. You don't even got to bring it to, like, you go ahead, do that. You don't have to consult me, but in my mind, I consult up.
Okay.
But it doesn't always, in my head, require a consultation down. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. But that's, to me, that's when your life plans are in alignment. So there's some sort of alignment that goes along there to where I trust you to go ahead and make the decisions that are in my best interest.
For sure.
Now, me specifically, I know sometimes I can think that ain't the left. This is the left. I can think way to the left. And so sometimes I do need a person that's going to bring me back to center. But I would like for you to have a conversation with me about why you feel like my thoughts are too far to the left. Sure. And oftentimes, as long as what you say to me makes sense, I'll go with it.
What if it doesn't?
Then we'll still, and we had a conversation. I'm cool as long as I feel like you understand what I'm saying.
Okay, even if the final decision, because and that's where it gets funny. Like, who gets the final say?
He does.
He always, always. Yeah. For me, again, I sit in the form of a submissive space, and so
even if it's something dealing with just me personally, like specific example is I had a job that was laid off my entire department due to the state of Illinois not being able to pay out their contracts.
Yeah, I remember that.
So they gave me the option. They told me, and I remember this, my final day of work was going to be March 9th, but we had already gone 3 months without pay. So I contacted my significant other and I let him know, like, hey, they're laying us off. They want to give us until March 9th.
Right.
That doesn't make sense to me. I want to go ahead and let my last day be February 28th because they already don't have the money to pay me till the end of February.
Right.
So to linger on 9 extra days that they're not going to pay me for, I would rather just cut it off on the 28th. What do you think? And that had, well, I guess you can kind of say it has something to do with him because the income was about to change drastically.
Okay.
But still, that was still a decision that I didn't make on my own.
For sure.
I ran it by him, and whatever he said was the final decision. And I typically take things to guys 2 different ways.
Okay. You take it the way you want them to say, yeah.
What? No, not even that. I guess if I'm asking, whatever you say is the final answer. If I'm telling, I just want you to say, okay.
Girl, these people don't got these. I just wanted you to know that I'm doing so and so and so. And he's supposed to go, okay, babe.
We can have a discussion. And he can even change my mind about it. I'm going to come back later. He can even flat out just say no. Okay. I ask, you hungry, boo? You hungry?
So let's talk about what makes submission, because right now we're talking about what makes it easy.
Okay.
Like you just gave a very clear example of financially you don't have the income, so it's easier to kind of lean to that authority. He's showing you, he has this leadership and this trust, and we didn't kind of given this really good like layout of how submission can look really simple. Like, girl, yeah, my man, everything, like he do this and that, and she do this and this and this. Of course I submit. Okay, easy. So now let me read some numbers.
Okay.
Women make up 24% of the U.S. House of Representatives, 26% of Congress, 10% of the women on the Forbes billionaire list.
Okay.
The U.S. women's soccer team finally in all of history got equal pay. You got a 16-year-old who's the voice of climate change. A woman won the Nobel Peace Prize in economics, becoming only the second and youngest woman in the world to win it. The UN's Women Goodwill Ambassador and Brazilian soccer superstar scored the top 10 score in tournament in history for both men and women. We got Simone Biles being the most decorated gymnast. We have in the European Union, we have 2 women sitting on top positions in their economy. So if women are now, as we can see, taking over, and those just a couple numbers, like it's so many ways in which women are dominating.
Yes.
Why would they submit? We're not even gonna go in women CEOs. We're not gonna talk about this. Last week we looked at, we got women black mayors, not men. We have women. So we can keep going on, because we've been talking about the greatness of women. Women right now are empowered, and right now in a way that's just out this world.
Yeah.
And so then when you say to said woman, submit, it looks a little suspect.
And see, and I think that's where we have to differentiate between the workplace and the household.
It's hard.
I don't think that it is.
Let me give you an example. I thought you might say that. So, thought you might say that. So I'm seeing a couple. The woman makes $500,000.
Okay.
She is definitely in a very high ranking position. She's in a high ranking position here. Because of her position as the husband right now, who, let me be fair, is educated, has an advanced degree, has a background and some pretty good stuff, is currently at home.
Okay, so he a house husband.
He is.
Okay. Daddy daycare. Okay.
He is. How do you tell this woman? And it's funny, even in our session recently, he said, everyone knows me as her. He said, like, everyone knows me as Lisa's husband. You know, I'm either Lisa's husband or Jimmy's dad.
Okay.
Who he is kind of like lost, because he's Lisa's husband. Because Lisa is definitely a very clear figurehead. To not know her, you'd be like, oh, how do you not? You can't tell me this woman is easily submitting and that is separating household and career.
Well, that's how they set up their household.
No, it ain't.
That's what he's allowing.
Well, that's
that's what
one way to look at it.
That's what he's allowing. Because I personally believe that just because you may be the breadwinner, that still doesn't disqualify you from being the head of household.
I hear you. You it sound good, but again, we are right now talking about Kanice. Come on, the number of women we see every day. Like, you know, I got my own money. Like, I can buy my own car. Yeah, I can go. I already met me. I got my own house. We have to understand, World War II kind of took us out. When women went to work to help out, they never came back and kept going. Like, it was like on and popping. Yeah, and we are here. How do you tell? And we hear it all day. Like, I'm good. I got my toys.
Oh, wait. Plastic penises? Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I got girl, like, I'm good. Like, I can rub one out. I got my money. I'm just, me and my girls gonna take a girls trip. I'm good. Single life for me. I'm winning. Or he can go. Like, I can get somebody else.
And see, and that goes.
Women are not submitting. This is. They are not yielding any power of theirs right now.
So, like, this is reminding me of how men are always saying that women killed chivalry. So this to me sounds like men may be killing submission. Because just because I'm moving up in the world, that still does not mean that you step off your pedestal. You are still in your place. Now, just this workplace and household are two separate entities. They're two separate things. And even if I am the HBIC at work, when I come home, you need to be the HNIC at home. But if you're falling back and you like, well, I really can't say nothing because she make all the money, she control the purse strings, then, that's, to me, you're emasculating yourself.
Interesting. So you don't think, it's funny we didn't switch roles because you normally the one being devil's advocate here. So you don't think it's her fault where she's like not able to see, like, just because I make money don't mean I'm just trying to understand how she loses, because maybe well, why he can't just
trust at some point. She lost trust in his ability to lead the household, especially for that couple.
So last week though, we said money
was the man's power.
Power.
That's what that man said.
That man said here and said right money. Here. He said in this chair. He said money was a piece of the power. So again, if we looking at women making all of these advances, women are legitimately making a lot of money. Women are, I can't even be mad at like I respect it. I do. How does she submit? If even he agrees, if the man said money is where his power is and she got it, tell me how that, because now it ain't easy no more.
You have to give me something to submit to. So if you're not giving me anything to submit to, then I guess one of us got to drive this car. Like, we both can't sit in the passenger seat.
For me, I think so this is where I think submission is an intangible thing, because the question was like, can you learn it? Is it a natural? I think a major part of submission is a very natural process.
Yes.
Like, I naturally want to take care of you. I naturally want you to be comfortable. I naturally want you to have a level of leadership and feel like an exuberance to like display it and have it and yield in it. Like, I actually have power in giving you that power.
Yes.
So for me, money is definitely, because I recognize, and I've had to recognize my own financial position, and I'm very cautious on is meaning.
Okay.
Because I do have my own per se, and it's kind of like but I do need.
Right.
You
don't need it for survival.
Yeah, I don't need.
You don't need it to be self-sufficient.
Right.
Because I feel that exact same way. I'm very self-sufficient.
Yeah, I'm good.
Hell, I'm damn near 40 and I'm still single. So there are things that I have to take care of, and I just absolutely cannot wait for a man in order for these things to happen. Like, this boat is moving, it's sailing, and if I got to be the captain and Gilligan, I got to be all of it.
And I think that very thing is actually a reason why women are struggling, because they won't just ask for a man to do it. There, you have a million male friends. Earlier when we first got here, Dion was saying how women friendships are becoming obsolete, and like women got more male friends than they do even women friends. I disagree, but
yeah, I'm about equal.
Yeah, but the idea would be, this is even these small ways in which women are so independent right now that we don't even know how to get out of our own way. Like, I am not James laughed at me because I work out my work, which is also one of my best friends. We work out together, and when we get to the gym, and we normally, one of us, whoever get there first, kind of wait for the other, but we kind of pull up at the same time. When we get there and walking outside, we walking side by side, talking, hey, what's up, how you doing? And when we kind of get close to the door, I stop and move over.
Yes.
And wait, like, and I could have been a half an inch of a second
closer
to the door. I will move out the way. Here you go. And when we leaving, I nicely step. I make sure that final step, it's a step to the side, so you can get the door.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not changing no tires. I'm not lifting nothing up in the air. I'm capable. I can put my TV up. I can do a whole. I'm not. I'm simply, and I could be, and I am single. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna call a guy and say, "Come do this for me," because I'm not. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing that. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm a whole girl. I'm the girl. Yeah. I don't do those things.
Mm-hmm. For me, it just depends on what it is. Because if I don't want to wait for you, I'm not going to wait for you.
Then we're going to find someone who do. And that's the thing, but we constantly not waiting. Like, we are we conditioning? You said it's the man's fault that he's not, like, stepping up to the plate. But I definitely feel women are creating
that environment
where men don't have, like, they like, she gonna, like, you can't wait a minute, you gonna do it, like, you insist on doing it yourself. You so ready to show you got it
right now. If I had a husband, then there would definitely be things that I wouldn't do. Like, I'm kind of enjoying mowing my grass. I like it a little bit. I put on my ankle weights. I put my music in my ears. I like it a little bit.
There's some gender roles I'm all for. I ain't doing that either.
But I would definitely be out there with him because I enjoy it.
I'm a garden.
But like girl. Things related to my car, no. Yeah. Outside of putting gas in it, I don't want to do
and it. And I don't want to do that, to be honest. Mm-hmm. I would like you on Sundays to wake up or whatever the day is, go fill my car up and hand it back to me. You go wash it. You go take care of that stuff and hand me back my car. Just hand me the keys and I just get in and drive.
Right, because I think the role of a guy friend and the role of a husband, those are two totally different
yeah, I mean, things. I ain't going to ask my guy friends to go put gas in my car. But I do believe, like, as women, we don't also allow men to be men because we so independent. And then we've been single for so long, taking care of ourselves for so long, it has become
innate in us.
Like we don't even think to even, like, we don't pause no more, like, at all. Like, we do everything. So it was interesting to hear you say the guy could easily just step up. It's kind of like, but why? For what?
But why for who? Why for him or why for her?
She got it.
But is that how? If that's how the people want to run their house, then so be it.
I don't know if it's how they want to run it, but it's what's being, women are creating it to where I personally think their lack of submission, because she's so independent and don't know how. I had another couple recently, and the woman was talking about how she's definitely a hustler, like, educated woman. Again, she has an advanced degree. Husband is in corporate. So good, solid, two solid incomes. They both actually make about the exact same amount in their, what I always call a day job. Wife, however, is definitely a go-getter. She got a million ideas about how to make more money, how to do something else, another way to, like, create some income. And so I don't remember exactly which idea was of hers, but regardless, she had an idea to kind of generate some more money for the house. And she went forward with the idea. Yes, it made money. It was kind of a guaranteed. It wasn't a bad thing. It made money. Husband was pissed.
Yeah.
He was, and didn't take money from them. It wasn't like she had to give out money. And mind you, she's very creative. She's good at a lot of things. So it's basically was her kind of really just using more of her skills to create more income. But fairly, that thing took more time away. It just took more hours. It made her more stressed. It kind of just was creating still a new dynamic in the home.
Yeah.
And so the husband was pissed because he was like, I don't care if she did it. I just would have liked just one piece of going, hey, baby. And she was like, I don't get it. Why is he so mad? I'm like, huh? What you mean? Why he mad? Like, I'm sitting there looking real stupid. Like, what? Like, start over. I'm going to start over 5 times. are you really not? And she did not. Like, it could not for the life of her. She was like, I don't get why he's mad at me. Like, there are skills I'm good at. I found a way to monetize them and bring us in more income. That more income is going to help us purchase some things that we've been trying to purchase. We didn't reduce our debt, and she had some. Again, I get it. She got some valid stuff. Got debt reduced, paid off some of this, in a position to buy a new car. I was with it. And I'm like, and then when she said, but I didn't ask him.
Okay.
I was like, you in what? You ain't even like go, hey baby, what you think? Or like that tell him.
Yeah.
You ain't even tell him. You ain't. And she looked at me like I'm like, honey, you no, like just no, like you so wrong, it's just wrong. Like, and she was like, oh, you gonna tell me about that submission thing again? Yes. Like, this is another moment. It's the smallest level of just reverence, that smallest piece of let that man at least go, okay, baby.
Right. That's
when
I tell him.
You can't give him the okay. You couldn't even. And she couldn't. And that example to me is the most common thing I see.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All the time. I'm like, it's a finesse, honey. It's all
yeah.
I don't want to give away our secrets, but legitimately, it's a finesse.
Right. Right. Because that's that moment when I'm telling you.
Right.
I'm telling you because all I want to hear is, okay, babe, we can have a small little discussion.
And especially, and again, everything she said was smart. The girl is bright as hell.
Yeah.
So everything the reasons, it was undeniable how perfect it would have been if all she did was tell him.
Just include. He wanted to be included.
And he says that, and it's kind of like, but women are so independent. They so, I'm moving, I'm shaking, I got this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. You know, I got a plan, 7 streams of income. What's my 7 streams? Like, we there. And where, so the idea that he's letting, like, we're not giving them the room, like, to be head of household or to lead. We're not. I don't know if the man can do anything right now. Like,
cause even that giving him, I take issue with the phrase "let a man be a man." I shouldn't have to let you be anything. You don't need my permission to be who you are. Just be it.
No, because we're not letting them.
But I don't have to let you be who you are.
You know how you do by that simple. Again, the minute you walked to him and told and had you purposely had all of your ducks in a row when you went to him in the first place.
When he went to me, but okay.
No, because you came home. Let's take your example.
Oh, okay.
You came home, so you knew exactly the way you was presenting it. You knew just about the response that would have came. The only reason you did that was to give him, whether I say give or let, some power.
Okay. So
giving
he can
him
have
power was letting him execute his job as man.
Right.
We let them. We let them be the man that we do that. Women,
you don't need my permission.
We do, but yes, they do. They are seeking it. They want, in order to protect us, we have to go fairly. I need help.
Yes.
If we are constantly saying, I got it, and not even giving them.
Right, which I get that part of it.
Then what they gonna do? Like, it's no room. It's not like they gotta step up some more, or women are so independent.
Why aren't they saying I got it?
Who, the men?
Yes.
When? If we don't even, we not even giving them the chance. We didn't probably, the guy went, he kissed his woman bye to work. She gone, left for work. He thinks she at work. This woman had made 10 moves, probably from the car. Legitimately, come on, from the car to the office. She done made 5 moves. 5. And so by the time she get home, baby, guess what? And she excited. Guess what I did? I did this and I did this, and we gonna have this, and I did this.
I hear you. I hear you, but I don't have to let a man be
you
who
do
he
though,
is.
because
he's just gonna be.
No,
he gonna be and I'm gonna be.
When is he doing it?
Every moment.
No.
Every waking moment.
She too in. No, she not. No, we didn't took that.
Mm-mm.
We good. Love.
So I've taken away his balls.
Oh, women absolutely are taking away balls.
So, is it fair to say he gave them to me?
No, we taking them. No. We are snatching them. We are coming in again the same way in which we are capturing in every area of industry. Woman is right there. Like,
and he's moving out of the way.
He's not.
He is, because he was already there. He was already there.
It wasn't earned when he got it. He was just placed there.
But he got it. He had it.
He had it.
Mm-hmm. And then I started coming up, and he just, oh, you coming? Oh, okay. I'll go over here. Oh, okay. Like, no, I don't have to let you be who you are.
There are ways in which we do. We just showed there are so many ways in which we have to. It is the simplest. It's even something like, and this is, I'm gonna minimize this to the changing a light bulb.
Okay.
Baby, because women, again, I don't want to give away no secrets, but it's, baby.
Yeah.
Could you get the light bulb for me, please? Mm-hmm. It's so high up. Like, I don't want to fall.
Oh,
like, whatever you like, but we'll ask. We'll do it. We do a little girly little thing. We're letting him in that very moment feel like there is a power in that. We are purposely doing that. We are very smart. We are not, that is not for play. We are very intentful in giving him this air of a thing. Mm-hmm. Sorry, ladies, I'm not trying to like give away like any secret or anything, but we do. Is what we do. We let him be the man. We let that happen. Because I could easily not ask and go change the light bulb myself.
Does he let you be a woman, or are you just are?
Well, I would hope he lets me.
I am who I am.
No.
And we gonna coexist together as we are.
No.
Yes.
No. Anna, no. 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 I just I don't agree. Like I really, and let's add a little layer to this independent black woman and her whole face. And her I don't even call it whole face. Her being more sexually free and exploratory. Mm-hmm. So now this woman, she like, babe, I don't like that.
Okay.
That's not working for me because I was thinking maybe we could hall pass, or we could like go to, I don't know what we can do, but she's a little more free. Okay. So guys like, whoa, wait, what, who, huh? What's happening? Where does he fit? Cause she buying more toys. Women buying way more toys these days. They good by themselves these days. Don't act like women ain't buying more toys.
And see, I don't understand that life, so I can't relate.
But they are.
Okay.
On average,
I'll take your word for it.
On average, women are very much more comfortable taking care of themselves.
Okay. But see, then that's her replacing him.
That's what he would say for sure.
Yeah. Cause
why not? Because we more comfortable. We good. I'm again, as women embrace, because we've been talking about a woman embracing self, sex, touch, being comfortable with herself, like speaking to her needs. Oh, we didn't say it. All of this cool stuff. Mm-hmm. So now what?
So then that kind of sounds like she's moving more so towards asexuality?
No, she just good. She got her too. She got it.
Okay, then what's the point in having a man?
He good. That's what men I think are saying right now. Like, what do you need me to do? Like, we might as well do 50-50.
Because, like, no, we're not going to do 50-50. Granny said somebody got to drive the car. Mm-hmm. So I don't do nothing 50-50.
I don't either.
because somebody got to drive.
I don't care.
I prefer to navigate. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm going to sit over here. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of it has to do with if you know what it looks like. Mm-hmm. I was raised in a home where submission absolutely existed. My granny ran the household, but she absolutely ran it according to his rules. Mm-hmm. So they were able to be on one accord about everything. And if something came up, because like I was raised by my grandparents, so of course I wasn't already implanted in their home. I guess you can kind of say I was implanted, but I wasn't birthed in their home. I was implanted. So when things came up with me that my grandfather did not like, he went and talked to my grandmother. Mm-hmm. And even if she had already approved it, if he was like, he went and talked to her, then she came back to me and changed whatever it was that she originally told me. Mm-hmm. So you have to know what it looks like. And I think a lot of us are afraid of the word submission because we relate it to control. When you hear power,
and always it's related to control.
You go to control, you go to loss of self. But there has to be trust there. And like you said, reverence, mm-hmm. all of that has to exist for it to be there. You don't submit to just any old body.
Agreed.
And he has to show me that he got me. So as long as he's showing me that he got me, I'm not letting him show me that he has me. He's just doing it. Yeah, I'm just not getting in his way as he shows.
So in the beginning, you directly spoke to a cycle.
Okay.
It starts off by you just giving it.
Yes.
And then he showed you something to keep it.
Yes.
And then it shows you
that I can keep giving it.
Okay.
It's safe here.
That thing that you keep giving is letting him know it is good, it is safe, it is smart to keep leading this woman. You are letting. So the minute you step out, so that means you're doing things that you give it initially, you give submission.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I get out of his way.
You get out. So the minute it circles back around to not get out his way, you're not letting him then lead. Because if you step in the way, if you start changing all the light bulbs, if you start going, oh, baby, I learned how. It was COVID. I was bored. I learned how to change tires and change the oil because I was bored. I didn't have anything to do. So I just want to help. Mm-hmm. So now I'm doing that too. Mm-hmm. Okay. Note to self. That's what she doing. Okay. Oh, baby. Mm-hmm. I went on ahead and I was thinking about us though, but I decided I went on ahead and I just did whatever I did. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be good for us though. Oh, okay. That's what you want. You're steadily showing him. I'm not letting him now lead.
Right. Cause now I'm in the way. Now I'm in the way.
So we let him in our actions.
We going to agree to disagree. Because I'm just not in the way. You doing you.
No, we let him. We let them lead.
So then there becomes a point where if I'm letting him, then there becomes a point where I cannot let him.
Yes, absolutely.
So then the
independent woman doesn't let him.
I give him permission, then I take the permission away.
Yes.
I don't like that. I don't
like it either.
You don't need my permission to be a man.
It's not about being a man, but if I can't be a man to you, well, this is how I end up leaving you.
Okay.
Because then the woman is going, I don't understand, like, he don't respect the money I make, and you know what, he just mad because I make more than him. No, ma'am,
Which is a struggle for me.
It's not, I went and bought me a new car and he was mad, that I didn't, whatever it is, because I don't never understand when these things happen. And I be thinking, you just can talk to, like, we get is your quote unquote, which I don't this either, but it's your money.
Yeah.
But then at the point where he got nothing in this, no conversation, no say at all,
no consideration. No. And I think that's what letting it is, that consideration piece.
We're not letting them be the man in this, because again, literally, I know my brain is on go.
Yeah.
All day. Like all day, I am thinking of I have a plan in my head. and I am legitimately thinking of how to execute said plan.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, the person who truly leads me can shut me up.
Yes.
You can close my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can go quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can tell me when to turn back on.
Yes.
Like, simple.
Yes. Because I trust you.
Quiet.
So we're back to that
go.
word.
Quiet. Go. Chris, and go now. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Chris, and quiet. Oh, okay, cool. She said, quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit, cool. That's what
right.
it is.
He said, I got it. Okay.
And that's quick for me. Like, literally.
Mm-hmm.
You give me the ability to not have to think.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, please. Like,
right. And
take that from...
And for me, because I have so much dominance in other areas of my life, when I come home, I don't want any of it.
For sure. But if this independent woman is always thinking and doesn't know how to even allow
mm-hmm.
him to do that for you, because he can go, shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Or she can go, shut up. It doesn't mean, well, baby, let me finish this paper real quick. I'm doing this one thing. I got to finish like this one call, one more thing. You just completely ignore what he just told you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
you didn't let him have that moment. You didn't, he literally exercised his authority and you went versus, oh, okay. The end.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we let them, but we so busy because I know my thoughts are going.
Yeah.
So I know, and I'm independent. I'm very much. I have no choice but to be right now.
Mm-hmm.
But let somebody tell me to be quiet. Boy,
say it nicely though. Don't tell me to shut up.
You can just grab him back. Well, okay.
Yeah,
what can I say?
Yeah, baby, put that.
You can
down.
say put it down.
Mm-hmm.
It's time. Put the phone down. Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Right, but you tell me to shut up. Who the?
So that kind of brings us kind of like to these new men.
Oh, the new niggas.
The new ones.
Yeah.
They
different.
They real different.
Yeah. They which is probably why a lot of women aren't trusting that the man has her.
So let's talk about him.
She has to do it all now. Yeah, I wear glasses. Y'all know I wear glasses. I was about to push it up. I know y'all saw it. I was about to push up my glasses. Like, why is she poking herself in the eye? Sorry, I was pushing my glasses up. They're not that up.
So talk some about this new man and how would we go about describing him? Because I kind of still got an argument for why this woman probably is going to struggle to submit. But let's talk about him.
He is just different. But I guess you can argue that we're different too. His ambitions are different.
Yeah. They're quiet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're more emotional.
Ooh.
Which isn't yes.
Why?
Because I was going to say being emotional isn't necessarily a bad thing. We want you to be emotionally mature.
Yes.
But when you're whining and you're complaining and you're throwing these fake tantrums, like we don't have time for all that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're picking shit up like that's all right, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Not a problem. You complaining? Is something wrong? You don't want to do this? All right, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
I'm finna go change these light bulbs because you tripping.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm asking you to do something simple and but I'm playing, what is it? The PS, whichever one
don't
it
get me
is.
lying about video games.
Like, no. This new nigga has caused us to lose trust in the man's ability to be accountable, to be present.
And to protect.
Yes.
Hence, kind of taking us back to last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because it used to be about I don't know, we're going to say maybe a decade ago, you always had like the guy who was just sitting in the house playing video games all day, like drinking up like the juice boxes.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the guy we talking about.
Right.
He's still quiet.
Okay.
He just playing a video game. He really don't got much to say about nothing. He really don't care about, like, he just in there.
Right, he just wants you to hurry up and leave the house
so
he can bring over some
so
money.
He can bring up, right, exactly. So that's not who we're talking about.
Okay.
We are talking about even men with jobs, like whole real jobs and kids, and they seem on surface really normal. And then you start dating them.
Okay.
And you're like, oh.
I think we have to come to terms with the fact that even if he is a good man or she's a good woman, she can be a good woman and just not be good for you. And we keep trying to force things to be that really shouldn't be. So now I'm looking at you a certain type of way because your version of submission isn't my expectation of submission. And we are having a conversation of what it looks like to you, what it looks like to me. So instead of us being able to do this, we're doing this.
Right.
Because we're both closed off instead of being open.
Agreed. Fair to say, though, that I feel like, though, this new guy who's a little more whiny and
he fragile.
A little. There is a fragility to me, and not all of them, but a lot of them. They seem a little fragile these days. I'm gonna kind of just on at a 5% level defend them and go, is it because I said 5%? That ain't much. It's like a whole 5%. Say I got the feeling it has a lot to do with they don't have a place. How else? And it's not easy to express that lack of space. Like,
whose fault is that?
Here we go again.
You had a space. How did you give it up?
We kind of we're demanding right now.
But if your car is parked in a spot.
Here we go. I'm missing it. Go for it.
And I come outside and I say, you need to move your car. You gonna move it just because I want it? Or you gonna tell me like, no, it's a spot right there?
I don't know. I don't know, like, cause you had to come ask me that for a reason. Like, why you want you want my spot for a reason? You came and asked for a reason.
Cause I want it.
I mean,
it's in perfect position for me to be able to do what it is that I need to do, and I want that one.
You know, I'm the nice one, so I'd be like, oh, okay,
right. But then at that point, as the leader, then at that point, that's where you say, nah, babe.
You see, how a girl like, okay, baby, you can have it.
But that's the point where you say, no, that one's mine. I got this one, but you can have the one next to me.
I hear you. Or right now, as this, cause you came out all boss bitch, like, give me the spot. He like, man, I don't want no problems with this chick today. Like, cause she probably also want to fight me. Because they fight these days, too. You
better go sit your aggressive ass down. Give me your keys. I'll go park it for you.
I hear you. But then
right. Because you the one that got to let the man be a man. So let me park your shit.
I hear it. I hear it. And I don't know. I do think it's double-sided. I do think it's ways in which this idea, can you learn submission? The answer is yes, for sure. We can be softer, even if you are faking it. And if you're faking it, then you're faking it so he can rise and do some stuff and feel good and great and whatever they want to feel.
And you definitely have to be on one accord with your definition of it.
Right.
Because if he's thinking that is, you just give me all the control and I just go do... No. If that's not your version of submission, then y'all need to come back to the drawing board. It's like, nope, let's think about this. Like, I need a little bit more compromise from you. There are certain things that I can just give you full reign on.
It should be more compromise, than anything. Like, it should be all types of compromise happening.
Right. Because there's absolutely some things that if the guy is like, well, babe, I thought this was in our best interest. Keyword, our best interest. Not just, this is just what I wanted to do. Same thing with that woman. The client that you spoke of, she went off and just did what she wanted to do. Was it in the best interest of the family? Yes, it was.
For sure.
But there's some consideration and respect that needs to happen for everybody involved to feel like they were a part of. And if he's going to be your leader, the head needs to know what the body is doing at all times.
So I put up on Facebook today a question, and I was really just for a small second want to touch it. Because I felt like I was reading answers that I was shocked. I just knew I was like it was an anomaly, but it was a lot of anomalies. The question was, you and your guy get into an argument.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I commented on that.
You did. Y'all get into an argument, but he's the head, and y'all communicated. His needs are, let's go with the sexual needs. He wants some. He want head. He wants something. He kind of, that's where y'all. But y'all had an argument. You are convinced that you were right.
Okay. In
said argument, and he did not listen. He wasn't attentive. He kind of just really wasn't feeling it. He kind of was like, I ain't hearing that. I said what I said. Done in. This is done. Because, he got the final say and all. So he said what he said. Y'all go to bed. He wants some.
And see.
There you go. You already done rolled your eyes.
Right, because I struggle with this. I put on the comment, I argue differently. I don't necessarily argue. I don't care who's right. I just want to be understood. So as long as I feel like he understands me, then we good.
But say you want something.
Okay, and he told me no?
He told you no.
Okay, then I'm going to fuck him good so I can get it.
Agreed. And it was funny because you even put under a friend's comments like, how do you know? Because she said kind of like, I'll have sex so I can get my yes. And you was like, what if he's like, no, he gonna say yes. Like, duh. Like,
because I think she wanted an apology. I don't need an apology. If we're arguing, you can, just because we disagree does not mean that we're both right. We can disagree and still both be right.
So, but a lot of, I didn't agree. Most women don't submit. Most women ain't giving it up.
Once I'm angry, I'm angry. Touch is my love language. So if I'm angry at you, I remove my touch.
So your submission, because he's still the leader.
Okay.
With conditions.
Okay.
With conditions.
If he will take your mad ass in the kitchen and warm up my food. You know what? It's going to be on a paper plate, you little bald head bastard. But I'm still finna go in there and warm up his food.
Ain't no paper plates ever allowed in my house.
At all. I don't even buy them. My daughter don't even eat on the paper plate.
I don't even think my kids know that's okay.
But y'all get my point. Yeah. But touch is my love language. So if I'm angry, if I'm not feeling like I'm a important component in this relationship at this moment, I remove.
Which most women were moved to me. But it was funny because on that post, everybody said they was giving it up, and I was kind of shocked. I'm like, y'all lying.
Right. No, I remove.
Y'all lying. I don't know how many times.
Because at that point, I'm not feeling valued and respected. So I'm not going to give you my body if I don't feel like you value and respect my mind.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I hear it all day in session. I'd be like, but in my opinion, it's different. Like, we don't pick and choose when we've deemed them to be the head, and then...
Yeah, for me, that's different because now you want something. You want me to physically do something. You want intimacy. I'm mad at you right now. I want to be intimate.
So
no,
we can stay mad.
No,
you can, because you can still. It's still a form of respect. Like I still a duty. So if I'm deeming you the head, if I'm deeming you are the leader, if I'm deeming you have earned the reverence and the honor, I'm also get to say and pick and choose when I take it away.
But see, at that point, I'm not being revered.
Why? Because y'all argue?
And I'm not feeling like a valued person in this relationship in the moment.
We're not going to argue. And this is where I just don't agree. Having an argument and your role do not change. Your role is your role. Just because we argued about a thing did not change the role of us in our dynamic.
Yeah.
And I still have a responsibility to the role. My responsibilities are still to bend that ass over.
Not in this moment.
In that moment.
No. Because I'm feeling a certain type of way. Now, when I'm no longer feeling this certain type of way, and I don't stay angry long.
To see, mind you, but again, you're directly talking about touch because that also includes, because women will not make his plate. Like, I ain't make his dinner. Like, I ain't cooking dinner. He on his own tonight. I'm sorry, you didn't do what?
No.
Why not?
I'm not going to take it that far. Like, we both got to eat.
Well, I ate. I got something on the way home.
Oh no, I don't eat without my man.
Listen, independent women do. They good.
Oh, well, I guess I'm not an independent woman. Look, I learned something. Did y'all see the revelation? Because I'm not eating without. Like I've gotten into arguments because he ate before I got there. What you mean you ate? You knew I was coming. Why would you eat without me? Like full-fledged arguments. And then I ended up leaving. Because in my mind, if we're a couple, like eating together, breaking bread together, that's something that we do. Yeah. So like all of it go hand in hand. Sex is something that y'all do too. Yeah, but you ate without me. Fuck you.
Okay. Any tips as we kind of conclude? Are there any tips on how to help said independent woman? Since we're gonna agree to disagree on if we letting him, but how to soften? What are some ways that she can soften herself so that, well, he can be the man he's supposed to be, or however we want to say it?
She has to know the type of man that she's dealing with, and she has to be able to trust that she picks somebody that's going to be accountable, dependable, and present.
And consistent.
Yes. So as long as, and see, for me, because my belief is submission is a cycle, as long as he's showing these things, then she can now do these things, and she's going to be able to trust that he's always going to make decisions that are in her best interest, in the best interest of the family.
You know, real quick, I know we're talking about tips, but there's one thing real fast. And we didn't really get on it, and we won't be able to, but that idea of how women are initially, like you said, I initially give it. So many women are giving it to the wrong.
Yeah, they give it to the
wrong person, and then we kind of don't want to, like, I'm kind of over that. I got it, because every time I keep giving it, it's wrong. We didn't get into that, but I think it's a lot of that too, not knowing
who to give it to.
Give it to. And so the idea you just said about knowing your partner is also just that, like, ladies, we gotta really, I know we want to be loved, but we gotta know.
It's a fear thing. Yeah. You got to be willing to jump out there. And if you want to put your big toe in first, like...
Or all 10 toes. I mean, it's kind of... Because that's kind of what they're looking for. Because you don't go to a job interview only talking about one job. You go talking about all 5 of your jobs and how you qualify. So you ain't going to put one toe in. You're going to put all 10 toes in.
And I guess you have to consider if this is what you want for your household.
Right.
If this is how you want to run your household. Some of us alpha females don't want an alpha male. Some of us want a beta.
Oh, Dion, that's you, baby. Oh.
No, it ain't. He's not a beta. He's
not, but it sounded good.
But some of us want that to where we're expecting, we also didn't get into the religion part of submission.
We did.
But some of us don't really want to submit to a man, and there are yes men out there, hence new niggas. So you have to figure out what it is that you want for your household. If you want to be in a household where submission is a key component.
I also think it's asking a lot of questions in the beginning.
Yes.
Like don't be like, this is where I think a woman's independence is the one moment where I think it is so crucial. Use that voice of yours that you've been using to excel in all these areas and ask everything. Put it out there. Do you bend me over? Do you change light bulbs? Do you know how to, like, what do you do? Like, what will you do for me lately? Like, what, like, this is the moment to know, can I give you my vulnerability?
All of me.
Can I, how, like, that's, like, you gotta ask, because what you giving up is a lot.
Yeah.
Like, you giving you, like, if I'm gonna give you me, I need, like, ask the question. This is the moment where you truly, like, balls to the wall here and put out what you want and what you need.
Yeah, and that's a lot of honor to the men.
That I'm willing to add, like, this your moment to shine too. Like, we had this the final interview right here.
Yep.
So, okay, guys. Well, I don't know. Kenisa and I, as always, agreed to disagree. Next week, we are looking at mommy-daddy issues.
Okay.
Mommy issues. We're going to kind of still hold this ground around women. We went from protecting women to
Yeah, and because I know we're used to hearing mommy issues in terms of his punk ass having mommy issues. No, boo, your punk ass got mommy issues.
We gonna look at you, boo. We are definitely gonna look at you and what you bringing to the table. So, okay, guys, it's been great. Good night.
Y'all ready to ride? Y'all ready to ride? Y'all ready to ride?